because there are no boundaries. And that is the challenge. That when you're dealing with someone, and it's a strength and a weakness. The great strength of these is the fact that there is no box. And the obvious weakness is how do you control something that's got no boundaries. And when you're working with people like Rick and with John, that's the case. There's just no boundaries. Outside the square, nothing was too big for them. No matter what you wanted to do, that can be done. And I mean, you've already spoken with Rick, I think, about the pink submarine. I mean, the throwaway line at a press conference, what are you going to do? I don't know, we'll have a pink submarine. And then afterwards someone saying, can you actually do it? Well, yes, of course we can do it. You know, it doesn't matter what it is, you can always, nothing was impossible. Yeah, I mean, I think one of the great features of Expo 88 was that it was really two expos. It was a daytime expo and a night expo, and that is unusual because generally expos have been held in summer in areas that are, say you've got not really a nighttime expo. And Brisbane was unique in that extent. And this is a classic example of something that was great during the day, but it was absolutely spectacular at night. And
it really came to life.
That was what made it.
Saw an Expo banner hanging up into their place at home, which had Expo 88. She said, Uncle Jeff, what's an Expo 88?
About 13 million people obviously agreed with their opinion that it was a magic, event, an incredible coming of age for Brisbane.
It was, and I think John Truscott's objective was that you could, as he would say, you could point a camera anywhere on the site and you would have an interesting image. And that was what his objective was, to have this site an interesting place that you could look anywhere and there was something of interest. And he certainly achieved that.
Just as a matter of curiosity, whose idea was it? Whose idea was it to put the 4 kilometres of blue neon underneath the monorail?
That would have come from John, or else he would have seen something, or someone would have mentioned something to him, and next thing you know, that happens. The lighting was a great challenge, but a great opportunity, because we had virtually 2 sites, a daytime site and a nighttime site, so it presented some great opportunities.
Globe, and I'll give you a very nice little story as to the inspiration behind the commission of Orbit for World Expo 88. And apparently the story goes is that John Truscott, the artistic director for Expo, he saw at a colleague's desk a little desk ornament, and it was actually a miniature of what you see right now, just about so high. And he sort of had this idea, can we do something like that several hundred times larger?
It demonstrates more than anything that John Truscott's genius as a creative director, that someone would come to him with some sort of an idea, he could then work with that, build it up into something else, encourage somebody else to do it, and the end result was just fantastic. I mean, he did that time after time after time.
We've done a YouTube with John Barlow Hudson, and the Paradigm, which is not re-erected, which you probably know, which is one of the great shames, I suppose, of the post-Expo era. That's such a beautiful iconic piece, not yet re-erected. But the Lord Mayor is working on it slowly but surely. And that started out by just a flippant email, because John Barlow Hudson had a small mock-up of the model, which was about a metre high. And John Truscott emails, faxes him, emails, and Can you make this 50? Yes, I can. Can you make it 100? Yes, I can. It ended up 100 for I. First time ever, there were computer-controlled lighting system in it, which was John Truscott's idea. John Barrow Hudson was just very appreciative of that innovation. First computer designed sculpture. But anyway, we are diverting from the problem. So John Truscott with Birch. Tell us more about those two geniuses.
I think, first of all, in relation to John, as I say, was great at being able to take something, first of all, come up with his own ideas, but I think even more value to Expo was his ability to take a small little gem of an idea that someone had and make it into something that was just unbelievable. That was an example of that. The other thing that John had was he had what I would say was the best contacts book in the world. He knew the best people from around the world in whatever field it was that would work. When John was doing film sets, the producer he was working for was Jack Warner. He wasn't working for Warner Brothers, he was working for Jack Warner. And therefore his range of contacts was unbelievable. Likewise, Rick Birch had worked all around the world. The Olympics in LA, Olympics from the Commonwealth Games here in Brisbane. But it meant that these were people that could think outside the square. Nothing was too big for them. No matter what you wanted to do, it was that can be done. And I mean, you've already spoken with Rick, I think, about the pink submarine. I mean, the throwaway line at a press conference, what are you going to do? I don't know, well, they have a pink submarine. And then afterwards, someone saying, can you actually do it? Well, yes, of course we can do it. You know, it doesn't matter what it is, you can always, nothing was impossible.
I'd like to introduce John Walsh, the gallery manager from the art gallery down here on the Gold Coast. John, good morning. Thank you for coming along. Yeah. I'd also like to introduce Jeff Topping, the creator of myexpo.com. Jeff, thanks for coming along. And also our very famous John McGregor. Come in, John.
Good morning, Peter. How are you? Good to see you.
You stand again.
Right.